Good morning. Today we're going to start reviewing for the Chapter 10 test, which is going to be on Thursday, May 11th. And what I've written out here is exactly what you're going to see on the test. So if you would like to, you can prepare very well for what's coming up on Thursday. On the test, there's going to be 4 square root graphs that I'm going to give you the equation. You have to draw the picture of the square root graph. 4 cube root graphs. Again, I'll give you the equation. You guys draw me the picture. 6 radical equations that you have to solve. And 6 problems involving inverse functions, 2 of which you have to show that the equations I give you are inverses. 1 where I give you some ordered pairs and ask you to find the ordered pairs for the inverse. And then 3 where you have to find your own inverse. So feel free to pause this video if you need to write those down to get those into your notebook. Otherwise, now I'm going to start working through every problem on your chapter review. And if you haven't done a darn thing, you could just copy down every problem and get every point for the chapter review. Plus, maybe you could figure out what you're doing so you can do well on the test. Okay, so I'm just going to work through every single problem on your review. Here's number 1. G of x is equal to the square root of x plus 7. Right? We're supposed to draw a decent picture. Okay? Now, with square root functions, if there's any plus or minus inside the radical, it's left or right opposite of the sign. Here, there's no plus or minus inside the square root. We do have a plus 7 on the outside, though. And what any plus or minus on the outside does is move the starting point up or down in the same direction. So this is going to go up 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so our square root function is going to start there, up 7 from the origin. Now, because it's a square root curve, what I need you to remember is that we're going to go with a square root curve, 1 to the right and 1 up for a second point. And then 4 to the right and 2 up for a third point. And then through those 3 points, I want you to give me a decent square root curve. All right? So this is what we're looking for. This is what I'm going to be looking for on Thursday. The starting point, then over 1 up 1, over 4 up 2. Okay? So let's do the next ones. There's in the assignment, I asked you to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here's number 2. Okay, and number 2 is h of x is equal to the square root of x minus 6. This time there's a plus or minus inside. Let me choose a highlighter. This time there's a plus or minus inside the radical. And when it's inside, we move the starting point left or right, opposite of the sign. So the opposite of minus is plus. So we're going to have to go 6 to the right. All right? So we go 6 to the right. Other than that, now our square root curve looks like it normally does, where we go right 1, up 1, and we go right 4, up 2. So right 1, up 1, right 4, up 2. And again, sketch a curve through those points. Remember, this curve does not go any further down or left, doesn't do any of that, right? It only goes from that starting point through those 3 points. Okay, here's the number 3. Again, feel free to pause the video if I'm going too fast for anybody. Number 3 looks like the following. R of x is equal to negative square root of x plus 3 with a minus 1. Right? This is an example that has both a plus or minus inside and a plus or minus outside, so it has both. So here we go. Any plus or minus on the inside, left or right, opposite of the sign. So this is going to be 3 to the left. Any plus or minus on the outside is up or down in the same direction, so this is going to be down 1. Okay? Now if there was no negative in front, then we'd just simply go right 1, up 1, and we'd go right 4, up 2. And our curve would look something like that. But there is a negative in front, and what that does is it turns everything upside down. So instead of right 1, up 1, we have to go right 1, down 1. And instead of right 4, up 2, we have to go right 4 and down 2. And then we put our curve through those 3 points. So the negative turns the curve upside down. The negative turns the curve upside down. Okay? Number 4. The equation looks like the following. 3 times the square root of x minus 4 plus 1. Okay? Again, there's a plus or minus inside and a plus or minus outside, so it has both. So here we go. Any plus or minus on the inside, left or right, opposite of the sign. So this would be the opposite of minus, so plus 4 to the right. Any plus or minus on the outside of the square root is up or down in the same direction, so that would be up 1. Okay, so there's our starting point, 4 to the right, up 1. If there is no 3 in front of the radical, then what I would expect out of you guys is to go right 1, up 1, and right 4, up 2, and our curve would look something like that. But what does the 3 do? The 3 makes the vertical distances that many times as tall. So in this case, it's 3 times as tall. So instead of going up 1, we have to go up 3. So right 1 and up 3. And instead of right 4 up 2, we have to multiply that by 3 and therefore go up 6. So now the curve is just going to be a heck of a lot taller. Would look something like that. 3 times as tall. Okay? So that's the first 4. That's the first 4 problems. That's the first 4. Okay? Next, again, feel free to pause the video if I'm going too fast for anybody. Next up, we're supposed to do number 6, which says match each function with its graph. And let's see, I could take a quick photo of what you guys are looking at. All right, so there's what you guys are looking at. And we're supposed to match these. Okay, so here we go. Let me choose a color that sticks out. All right, so let's do these one at a time. Little a, lowercase a, says y equals the square root of x minus 2. Any plus or minus on the inside is left or right opposite of the sign. So the opposite of minus 2 is right 2. So we're looking for the the square root curve that's been moved 2 to the right. This is the only one that's been moved 2 to the right. So this one has to go along with capital D. Okay? The next one, little b, has a plus 2 inside. And again, any plus or minus on the inside is left or right opposite of the sign. So we're looking for the one that's been shifted 2 to the left. And the only one shifted 2 to the left is a. Please notice also the negative means that the square root curve is upside down. Okay, letter C. The minus 2 here is not inside but outside of the square root. So that's up or down in the same direction. And the only one that moves down is letter C. And finally, D has a plus 2 on the outside, not inside, but outside of the square root. So that's up or down in the same direction, and that must be capital B. Okay, so there's your number 6. And that's it for section 1. 1 through 4 and number 6. Okay, let's move on then to section 2. And we start again with some cube root graphs. So we have, let's see, number 8, which is g of x is equal to the cube root of x plus 4. Okay, and the changes, the transformations are exactly the same. Any plus or minus inside, there isn't. Any plus or minus outside, up or down in the same direction, so this is up 4. Okay, so this curve is going to start 4 up from the origin. And then with a cube root, please notice we're changing, and you're going to have to notice this on Thursday. Now we're changing to our cube root function, so now what we have to do, let me put a few tick marks in here. For a cube root, we're going to have to go right 1, up 1. And then we're going to have to go 8 to the right and up 2. Left 1, down 1. And then 8 to the left and down 2. And so with the cube root curve, we end up with this curve that essentially has 2 branches. One branch that goes kind of up and to the right, and the other branch that goes down and to the left. Okay, and so on Thursday, this is what we're looking for. If you don't already have these distances down, you should, if you've been paying attention, but if you don't, make sure you get those in your notebook. Okay, next one, number 9. Let me switch to a darker color that's easier to see. All right, so 9, we have h of x is equal to -8 times the cube root of x. And please notice here there's no plus or minus on the inside, and there's no plus or minus on the outside. So our cube root curve does not move left or right. It does not move up or down. All right, stays at the origin. Okay, now if there was no number in front, what we would do is go right 1, up 1, and right 8, up 2. Left 1, down 1, and left 8, and down 2. But because of the 8, we have to make the verticals 8 times as tall, and because of the negative, turn it upside down. So instead of right 1, up 8, I've got to go right 1, down 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And instead of 8 to the right and down 2, I have to multiply that by 8 and go down 16. So I'd be about, no, that's not very good. Probably closer to about there. And then on the left, instead of left 1, down 1, I've got to turn it upside down and go up 8. And instead of 8 to the right and up 2, I got to go up 16. And then my curve would look something like that. Something like that. All right? And let's see, what else do I have? 11 is another graph. I think that's the last graph in this section, I think. So k is equal to 1/2 times the third root of x plus 1 minus 5. Right? Any plus or minus on the inside, left or right, opposite of the sign, so that would be left 1. Any plus or minus on the outside, up or down in the same direction, so down 5. So there's our starting point. Okay? Normally, with a cube root curve, we have to go right 1, up 1, right 8, up 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and then left 1, down 1, and left 8, down 2. But because of the 1/2, we make the verticals 1/2 as tall. So instead of going right 1, up 1, we only go up 1/2. Instead of going 8 to the right and up 2, we only go 8 to the right and up 1 because we have to make it 1/2 as tall. And then the same on the left side, left 1 down 1/2 and left 8 down 1. And like usual, we just do a connect the dot puzzle. And so our cube root curve would look something like that. Alrighty? So again on your test, 4 square root graphs, 4 cube root graphs. All right? 4 of each. Okay, again on the test, next thing you're going to do is have 6 radical equations to solve, and that's the next section. That's section 3. And in the assignment, I asked you to do 16 through 21, so all 6 of those equations. So we'll just get started and see how far we get. So number 16 is the equation 8 plus the square root of x is equal to 18. And with any of the any of the radical equations, what we're going to be doing is always getting the radical by itself on one side. Okay? Unfortunately, on this one, we also have this positive 8. And so therefore, we need to move that positive 8 to the other side. And to move a positive thing to the other side, we subtract. So we'll subtract the 8 so it cancels on the left. And on the right, 18 minus 8 is 10. Okay? Please notice the square root is all by itself on the left side. Now, once it's by itself, we just simply raise both sides to a power, the same as the index. And since this is a square root, we raise both sides to the second power. So that on the left side, the square root and the square cancel, leaving you with what's inside. And on the right-hand side is either in your head, what's 10 times 10, or on your calculator, 10 to the second power. And what we should all get is 100. Right, so the solution to the equation then would be x equals 100. Like I mentioned earlier, if I'm going too fast on any of these, feel free to pause the video so you can get them down in your assignment. Okay, I'm going to keep on going to number 17. Number 17 is the cube root of x minus 1 equals 3. Right, and the way they set this one up, the radical is already by itself. Notice the radical is all by itself on the left side. So what we're going to do is raise both sides to a power, the same as the index. And because this is a cube root, we have to raise both sides to the third power. So we'll raise the left side to the third power and the right side to the third power. On the left, the cube root and the power of 3 cancel, leaving you with what's inside. And on the right-hand side is a calculator problem. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Right, to solve what's left, move this minus 1 to the other side by adding, so that now we have x all by itself, and x is equal to 27 plus 1, which is 28. Okay? Next equation, number 18. We've got square root of 5x minus 9. It's messy. Is equal to the square root of 4x. We have 2 square roots in the equation, one on the left side, one on the right side. To get rid of both of them at the same time, we raise both sides to a power of 2. Because these are square roots, we raise both sides to a power of 2. So left side and right side. On both sides, the square root and the square are going to cancel, leaving you with what's inside. Square root and the square are going to cancel, leaving you with what's inside. Now you just have to solve the equation that's left. Notice we have variables on both sides. So let's leave the negative 9 where it is. But let's move this 5x to the other side by subtraction. So 4 minus 5 is negative 1x. And then to get rid of the negative 1 attached to the variable divide, so x is going to be equal to negative 9 divided by negative 1, which is positive 9. Okay? All right, and let's see. I think I'm going to put a stop on this one. We're halfway done with the equations. So on the video tomorrow, I'll finish off the last 3 equations for section 3. And then I'll do some of the problems for section 4. So you'll see the rest of the review tomorrow. Okay? So hope you're having a good day. Make sure you're buttoning these up and know what you're up to for the test on Thursday.